Hey everybody, it's Justin with Board Game Perspective, and today we're going to take a look at the 2 to 4 player game Bosk by Floodgate Games. And it says right here on the box it's a game of majestic trees and falling leaves. So I can tell you right now it looks beautiful on the table, so let's go ahead and pass it over to Jody so that she can show you guys how it's played.
Setup is pretty simple. You get the park board, and depending on how many players you got, it depends on the side. So this side right here is going to be a 3 and 4 player. So the 3-player game is going to be within this white border, and the 4-player will use the whole board. But we've got this game set up for 2 players, so we'll use the other side and use the whole board. And then each player gets a set of their trees. There should be 8 trees with different values. And then you got your leaf tokens for each player. Each player has their same color squirrel and leaf tiles stacked here as well. And then you have the wind board with the wind marker, and you have the score pad here, and then you have the first player marker that you will choose who will be first. So a quick overview. Each game of Bosk is played over the course of 1 year, with 2 playing seasons, spring and autumn, and 2 scoring seasons, summer and winter. So in the spring, players grow their trees one by one at the trail intersections. So beginning with the start player, you will place out a tree at an intersection that's available. Now, an intersection, you cannot use, obviously, the edge of the board. And once a tree has been placed, it cannot be moved. So you'll take turns going back and forth, placing out trees. And then once all of the trees have been placed, then you move to summer. Now, how you place your trees in the spring is important because the tree placement is a key to victory. Each tree's value influences scoring in the summer, and you'll see the values on the trees, different values from 1 to 4. And then its position also influences leaf placement that will be in autumn. So in summer, points are awarded for each trail on the park board, and trails are the rows and the columns on the board. So what you'll be doing is you'll be looking at the values on the tree, and you'll be seeing who has the highest value or is tied or is in second place. So for each row and each column. And you can use the hiker as a guide to remind you which trail you're currently scoring. As you are totaling up the values, make sure that you don't remove the trees during summer. They get removed later in a different season. So what you're going to be doing is, for instance, let's do this column right here. Red has a tree value of 3, and in the same column here, yellow has a tree value of 1. So red has a higher value and is first place in this trail, and yellow is second place. So for each trail, you're going to figure out who's first, second, if there's a tie, and there's a table here in the rule book that shows you how many points you get for each scenario. Let's do another example. So let's say we are scoring this row right here, and let's see the values. So we got a 1 tree value for red, and yellow has a total of 5. So yellow is first and red is second. So based off the table, we have first place gets 2 points. So that will be yellow gets 2 points. And then the second place for that scenario would be 1 point. Right before starting autumn, you will determine the new start player by whoever has the fewest points at the end of summer. All right, so red has the fewest points and will remain the start player. Now the start player will initiate the direction of the wind. So how you do that is you just simply place the wind board on one side of the board, and then you have the wind direction marker that you will place on the 1. Next, players will take turn blowing leaves from their trees to cover different terrain squares. Now beginning with the start player, you will select one of the trees in the play area that the leaves will fall from. Now, for the first 4 rounds, you will have to choose the value of tree based off of the wind board. So here is a 1. I would have to choose a value 1 tree. So here's a value 1 tree. That's mine. And that's the one that the leaves would blow from. You have 2 of each number, so you can choose which one you would like. So you have to choose 1, 2, 3, 4 for the first 4 rounds. And then after that, it's a wild. So you can choose what remaining tree values you have left out there. After you've selected which tree you're going to be doing this turn, then you will also select a leaf tile. Now they range from 2 to 8, and then you also have this squirrel tile, which we will go over a little bit later. Once you selected your leaf tile, and in this case I'm going to select B2, then you grab the corresponding amount of leaf tokens that you will now become active leaves, and they will be used for this round. Now that you have active leaves, we will be placing these on the board to cover the terrain squares and form a path in the direction of the wind. Let's go in more detail about leaf placement. Now let's say, for example, we are using this tree and the wind's blowing that way. Let's go over how you can place active leaf tokens. Let's say I've got these 4 leaf tokens that are active that I can use. So the first token that you place can be adjacent to the tree, but it has to be in the direction of the wind. So say the wind's going this way, the first token I can place is either here or here. After the initial leaf token has been placed, then the ones after that can be placed in the direction of the wind, of course, but in the 3 adjacent terrain squares in the direction of the wind. So I could place the next one either here, diagonally adjacent, or straight in front, or also diagonally adjacent. For example, I will just go ahead and place the next one there. And you'll continue to place your active leaf tokens until none remain, or you reach the edge and you can't play off the edge. So I got 2 more left, so I will just place that one there and that one there. Now we just showed an example where all the terrain was empty. Now there are scenarios where the other player might have leaves already out in a square that you might want to go. Now you can cover other leaves. Only the leaves on top will count towards scoring in winter. Now let's say I wanted to place my leaf on top of the stack here. You have to return 1 of your active leaf tokens to the supply for each leaf token already in that stack. So for this, there are 2 leaves in this stack right here. So what I would have to do is turn in 2 of my active leaves to the supply, and then I could place mine on top of that stack. Now say there was a leaf token of mine on top of the stack already, and I wanted to pass through that terrain tile. I could go ahead and place one on there and not pay the cost since mine is already on top. So after you cover leaves, so I had turned in 2, and then I covered this stack here. If you had any more active leaf tokens, then you would just continue on as normal through placing your leaf tokens. Now after you place out all your leaf tokens, then you remove the tree that you started from the game. So since we've gone over some of the details, let's review Autumn in regards to falling leaves one more time. Starting with the start player, each player takes their turn and you follow the wind board. So this one is a 1 value tree and the wind blows this direction. So you choose the tree that you want to do, and then you select one of your leaf tiles. In this case, I chose 2, and I picked up 2 active leaf tokens from the supply. And then you take the leaf tokens and you place them, so leaf placement. And then after you finish placing your leaves, you then remove the tree from the board. And then you continue clockwise until each player has taken a turn. And after each player has taken a turn, then you proceed to the end of round section for Autumn. After each player has taken their turn, so doing the 1 value tree, then you are going to move to the next round. So you will move this to the next spot on the board. So now the wind will be blowing this way and you will be doing a 2 value tree. Whichever player played the lowest leaf tile value, so in this case a 2 is lowest, then this player would become the new start player. And also if you had played a squirrel tile, this counts as a value of 1. Instead of blowing leaves in the direction of the wind, you can use your squirrel leaf tile, where you will grab your squirrel and you can place the squirrel within 3 spaces of the chosen tree. So let's say we're using this tree in this direction, and move it according to the leaf placement rules. So to give a visual, I've placed leaf tokens all the places where you can place a squirrel token starting from your original tree. So you will simply place your squirrel on any of those available spots that you want. So these were all just for example of the spots where you could go with the squirrel. Now let's say this is the actual scenario and I wanted to cover this. I could, because that's it within the leaf placement rules. And I would place my squirrel on top, and what this does is this prevents any other leaf being placed, and this is treated as if my yellow leaf is on top for end-game scoring. So after the last round in autumn and all the trees have been removed throughout the previous rounds, then you proceed to winter, which is a scoring phase. You will be figuring out who has the most amount of leaves in each region on the board. Now there are 8 regions, so you got one here, this one here, the blue here, another one here, here. So these 2 blues are different, and then this one. So just like in summer scoring, there's also a winter scoring table where you will figure out who's in first and second, and you figure out how many points depending on what place you're in. So let's do an example. Let's score this region right here, this blue from here over. All right, so we got 3 yellow leaf tokens, 1, 2, 3. This counts as yellow because it's on top. And then red has 1, 2, 3, 4. These also count as red because red is on top. So red has 1 more than yellow. So let's look at the table here. So there was one player in first and 1 player in second. So the first player gets 5 points. The second player gets 3 points. So let's put it on the score track here. So red gets 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and yellow gets 3. 1, 2, 3. So you will do that type of scoring for each region, and then at the end of that, whoever has the most points is the winner.
And that's how you play Bosk. So if you guys are interested in this game, we do have a link in the description below. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a like, subscribe if you haven't already. We thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.